Hey, it's Rod Rios with a little important update. I want to talk to you about masks, and I'm curious to see where I get banned by talking about this. The other day, I got a strike on my YouTube for just making an offhanded remark about masks. I was saying that, comparing them to gag balls and stuff, and boom, I got the strike on my YouTube account. Which is just, the path. Once they get you hooked in with one strike, they'll look for other ways to get rid of you. Now, it may sound like I'm being a conspiracy nut or something, but I'm not. It's really happening. And you don't think, it's all a joke and it's all a conspiracy theory till it happens to you for something innocuous I said. Now, what I want to talk about today is this new report by the Center for the Disease Control, the CDC, a National Public Health Institute in the United States. It's the United States federal agency under the Department of Health and Human Services. It's headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I did a little research on what I didn't know, and now makes sense, that there's been some reports out that the trust of the American citizens in the CDC is eroding as a result of COVID-19 controversies. Probably like this one, they're now saying wear 2 masks. Are you kidding me? And I'm just going to read some stuff here. It's a little bit boring, but bear with me because it ties into this, what I'm talking about, and trying to prove to you that I'm not crazy. In a poll conducted by the COVID-19 Consortium for the Understanding of the Public's Policy and Preferences across the United States, it was indicated that nearly 8 in 10 Americans have trust issues with the CDC. The COVID-19 Consortium consists of researchers from major universities across the country, such as Northeastern, Harvard, and Princeton universities. As their trustworthiness of the CDC has eroded, so too is the information this disseminates. Now, this is mainstream news. This is a major university report. This is not my words. This is not me being crazy. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation study, the trust in the CDC's ability to offer reliable and truthful information regarding COVID-19 has decreased 16 percentage points since the last poll they conducted in April of 2020. Now, come on. I'm not saying this. How come I'm getting banned on YouTube and getting mocked on social media? This diminished level of trust in the CDC has the information about the information they release has also incited something that's now called vaccine hesitancy. I've never even heard that phrase before, vaccine hesitancy, because people are hesitant, reluctant to get vaccines and 2 vaccines. And, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I have tetanus shot and stuff like that. Some vaccines are necessary. I have vaccine hesitancy. Now, amid these recent accusations and faltering image of the CDC, the agency's leadership has been called into question. Former acting director at the CDC, Richard Besser, said that Dr. Redfield, I find it concerning that the CDC director has not been outspoken where there have been instances of clear political interference in the interpretation of science. That is the former acting director of the CDC, Richard Besser, a man that used to work there, knows the organization inside and out. He finds it concerning that the new director, which is now they have another new director, and you go, blame Trump. Just because Trump was president doesn't mean the heads of these agencies it's Trump's fault, or he can have any blame on it at all. Anyway, we can blame Trump, which, by the way, as a quick side tangent, where the hell's Trump? Where's he been? I mean, that's weird too. Just because he's out of office and he's being impeached, you think he'd be all over the news. It's like he's being tried in absentia, but he's being tried posthumously. Where's Trump? I've looked for it to find it, Okay, sorry to digress like that, but this is just getting weirder every day. It's like a nightmare I can't wake up from. So the former director of the CDC says he doesn't understand why the director now under the Trump administration didn't say anything. It was obvious. You got a dog pissing on your leg. Oh, don't say it. Beyond an elephant in the room. Now that brings me to a couple things. Today, or yesterday actually, the Centers for the Center. I need to slow down. I'm stuttering on my words. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention announced new guidelines Wednesday that include wearing 2 masks. 2 masks. It's like that old joke. Hey, you see that ugly girl over there? If you had sex with her, you'd have to wear 2 bags. You'd have to bring 2 bags, one for you and one for her. 2 masks. I know that's a crass joke, but it makes a point. That's what it sounds like. I thought this was a satire when I first heard it. I thought it was coming from a comedy site. And I know comedy. It sounds like the joke writes itself, but this is true. This is actually a report from the CDC. It was announced yesterday. Wear 2 masks to help curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is ridiculous. In addition to saying wear 2 masks, they say you should also wear a tight-fitting, a snug mask. I call that suffocation. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. Wear 2 masks. Oh my gosh. And you may or may not be aware of this. The CDC, these are from the people. Wear 2 masks. You might need to wear 2 masks after I tell you this, if you didn't already know about it. Last year, the CDC released a statement with tips on telling you how to prevent COVID. One of the main tips was avoid performing anal rimming. Now, for those of you who don't know anal rimming, I've included a description here from the CDC. I should put in a viewer discretion. Okay, so here's the CDC's what anal rimming is. In case you don't know, anal rimming is any sexual activity. This ain't a homosexual thing. This is everybody can anal rim. Man on man, woman on woman, man and woman, group sex. I don't know, but anyway, anal rimming is any sexual activity that involves putting the mouth on the butt or anus of another person. What the hell's going on? That could spread COVID-19. Now, the science behind it, gotta trust the science. The science behind it said the virus has been found in feces. Condoms and dental dams may reduce contact with this infected saliva or feces during oral or anal sex, or just refrain entirely. Now, if you're out there anal rimming, you probably got this is the greatest immune system ever. You got more to worry about than COVID. You shake that off like a dog shakes fleas off its ass. Oh, come on. Anal rimming will prevent. No anal rimming tonight, honey. I don't want to get COVID. Better put 2 masks on during sex. That'll keep you away from my butthole. Now, if I haven't already been banned for this crass, ridiculous humor, I'm just trying to make light of it. But my mind is just like boggled by this. It can't be happening. It's surreal. Okay, now I've seen a lot of posts on social media sites, and I know people, meanwhile, they love their pets, especially their dogs. That's why I got this picture of the dog up. I couldn't believe it. I thought this was a joke, too. There was a person I saw on Facebook, and they posted a picture of them and their dog with matching masks and a link to a website where you can get matching masks for you and your dog. Who the fuck is doing this? Get out of here. Are you serious? Your dog doesn't want a goddamn mask? Speaking of which, and not to belabor the fact, but the dog wants to lick its ass. It wants to anal rim itself. What the hell's going on here? Now, I'm not a conspiracy nut. I'm not trying to promote junk science. I'm not trying to put people's health at risk. And I want to get serious for a minute. I want to share a personal story that happened just yesterday. I was with my elderly mom. Now, you think elderly mom, you think of this frail old lady, but she's not. She's strong. My elderly mother, we went out grocery shopping. Now, while we were shopping, my mom, and she was pushing the cart, and she said, I got to go sit down. I'm feeling dizzy and lightheaded. And so I do want to emphasize mom's almost 78 years old, lives on her own, drives, gets around, good health, good physical condition. She's lived a pretty much healthy lifestyle her whole life, no smoking, no drinking. She's got no comorbidities, no underlying health issues, no diabetes, no overweight. She's perfect weight. We just went to the doctor the day before. Everything was fine. They didn't keep her. I always think that's a good sign. They said, come on back in a month. We'll follow up on these results of her blood work and stuff. We whizzed on out of there and stayed up till midnight, just laughing and talking. But anyway, why did I tell you this? And she's not on any medication either. Not any medication. So I'm sitting there. My mom rips her mask off. She goes, And this is a 78-year-old woman. I never heard her talk like this. She said, I hate these fucking masks. I said, oh my gosh, Mom, what's wrong? She said, I just can't breathe when I wear these. It feels like I'm being suffocated to death. Now, listen, again, I'm not trying to deny that masks probably do help some, but that, you know, being forced or otherwise, hey, you can't be in here. There needs to be alternatives. Now, that's what I'm promoting. You can wear the face screen, oxygen, World War II gas mask. But this whole mask zombie thing, zombie sheeps, we're all a bunch of zombie sheeps. I myself included. I wear the mask. I go and try to go along to get along. I got to go out in the world. Now, again, this is the first time I've really seriously spoken out about masks at all. I usually just I'm me as a the joker guy, clown around, try to make things funny, lighthearted. You know, that's how I kind of deal with these issues. But I just can't believe it. Once you see a loved one and have that happen to them, it's amazing. Now, I'm curious to see how quickly I get banned on all the major media sites, and I'm going to risk it. I'm going to post this video on my main YouTube site. Well, not the one I got a strike on. I'm putting it on ROD Rios YouTube Live and any other site I can get it to. And, of course, I'm going to use the alternate platforms. Thank God for them. I mean, listen, the right to free speech, which is a very free right. Most places don't have it. And there you go again. Think, oh, you like the Constitution, you must be crazy. But here's the thing. It also gives you the right to just go, hey, that's crazy. If they're pushing this mask stuff on me, we need to take a further look. But I can't even say anything. Hey, you know what? I could be wrong. But I think that somebody deserves the right to be wrong and hear their viewpoints at least heard. Now, anyway, follow up. I was going to belabor again the fact that I got a generic email from YouTube that said I was spreading medical misinformation. And basically what I said, I just did a little joke about, the mask. It's completely innocuous satire and humor. Okay, now I need you to pay attention if you followed along this long. I do have a call to action. I want to know how you feel about masks. And don't give me your bullshit and try to, argue with me about trust the science, or call me a conspiracy nut, or call me an anti-masker, because I'm none of that. I'm just telling you my firsthand experience and how ridiculous this seems. But, and maybe what your opinion is, because I really don't know. I figure if everybody's out wearing masks, they must agree with it, but maybe not. All right, this has been ROD Rios, and I will talk to you later. Adios from ROD Rios.